Welcome to Antigua and Barbuda, a mesmerizing gem in the Caribbean known for its pristine beaches, vibrant culture, and rich history. Join us on an unforgettable journey as we explore the wonders of this breathtaking destination. Basic information: Antigua and Barbuda is a tropical country in the Eastern Caribbean made up of 3 islands: Antigua, Barbuda, and Redonda. Antigua is the largest island, with 95 miles of coastline, sandy beaches, secluded bays, coral reefs, and volcanic rocks. Barbuda is a flat coral island with a big lagoon, while Redonda is rocky and uninhabited. The islands are known for their pink and white sand beaches, crystal clear waters, and friendly people. Antigua and Barbuda is located where the Atlantic and Caribbean meet, and is known for its reef-lined beaches, rainforests, and resorts. English Harbor is a yachting hub and the site of historic Nelson's Dockyard. In the capital, St. John's, the National Museum displays indigenous and colonial artifacts. The country is governed as a parliamentary system and as a federal monarchy. King Charles III is the head of state, represented by a Governor-General. Gaston Browne is the Prime Minister. Antigua and Barbuda's economy is largely dependent on tourism, which accounts for 80% of its GDP. Here are some attractions in Antigua and Barbuda: Long Island, Shirley Heights Lookout, and Nelson's Dockyard. U.S. citizens generally need to present a valid U.S. passport when traveling to Antigua and Barbuda, as well as proof of anticipated departure from the country. History. The history of Antigua and Barbuda spans thousands of years, from the arrival of the archaic peoples to the present day. Here are some key events in the history of Antigua and Barbuda. 1493. Christopher Columbus visits the islands and names the larger one Santa Maria de la Antigua. 1632. English settlers from St. Kitts colonize Antigua. 1667. France formally ends its claim to Antigua. 1674. Christopher Coderington establishes a sugar plantation in Antigua. 1685. Coderington leases Barbuda from the British Crown. 1834. Slaves of Antigua are emancipated. 1981. Antigua and Barbuda gain independence. The islands were inhabited by 3 successive Amerindian societies before European colonization. The first European to see the islands was Christopher Columbus in 1493. The islands were colonized by the British from the 17th century, who brought slaves from Africa to work on the islands. Population. As of July 2023, the population of Antigua and Barbuda is 94,498, with a median age of 35.5 years and a fertility rate of 1.58. The country's global rank is 214, with St. John's being the most populated city at 24,226. Antigua's population is mostly made up of people of West African, British, and Portuguese descent. The ethnic distribution is 91% Black, 4.4% mixed race, 1.7% white, and 2.9% other, primarily East Indian. Most whites are of British descent. The country's dominant religion is Christianity, and the Antigua Christian Council represents the religious beliefs practiced by slightly more than 70% of the population. Economy. Antigua and Barbuda's economy is service-based, with tourism and government services being the main sources of employment and income. Tourism is the primary source of foreign exchange and accounts for more than half of the country's GDP. Other key sectors include fishing, maritime transport, water management, and mineral extraction. In 2022, Antigua and Barbuda's estimated GDP was $1.75 billion, with a GDP per capita of $16,381 compared to the global average of $10,589. The country's economy has been expanding, with growth projected at 5.7% for 2023. Real activity is expected to return to its pre-pandemic level during 2023. Agriculture. Antigua and Barbuda's agriculture includes vegetables, fruits, livestock, and cotton. The country's main agricultural exports are bananas, coconuts, cucumbers, mangoes, sugarcane, pineapples, hot peppers, and vegetables. The country also exports cotton to Japan and fruit and vegetables to other Caribbean territories. The country's main agricultural products are mainly focused on the domestic market. The country's agriculture contributes about 30% to the country's value added, while livestock contributes about 19%. The country's main agricultural products include fruits, bananas, coconuts, mangoes, melon, cantaloupe, citrus, soursop, and guava. Vegetables, hot peppers, cucumbers, sugarcane, and pineapples. Livestock, cattle, poultry, and small ruminants, especially goats. Other, cow's milk, cotton, and fisheries. The Ministry of Agriculture, Lands, Housing, and the Environment is the primary government ministry responsible for the sector. Culture. Some aspects of Antigua and Barbuda's culture include music. Popular genres include calypso, reggae, and soca. Calypso music originated as a way for slaves to communicate with each other. Festivals. Traditions and festivals include Antigua Carnival, Barbuda Caravana, and the Antigua Opera Society. Clothing. People wear Western-style clothing. The colors red, yellow, green, and black are used in clothing and decor. Red represents the blood of martyrs and slaves, yellow represents the sun, green represents the land, and black represents skin color. Food. Creole food is similar to that of other West Indian nations. The national dish is fungi and pepper pot, a combination of cornmeal and stew. Greetings. It's customary to greet people with good morning, good afternoon, or good night. Islands. Antigua and Barbuda is a tropical, dry country of 3 islands in the Eastern Caribbean. The islands are Antigua, Barbuda, and Redonda. Antigua is the largest island, with a perimeter of about 87 kilometers and an area of 281 square kilometers. Barbuda is a flat coral island with a large lagoon. Redonda is a small, rocky, and uninhabited island. Here are some other facts about Antigua and Barbuda. The capital is St. John's, located on Antigua. The official language is English, and Antiguan and Barbudan Creole is also spoken. The country is a Commonwealth realm ruled by a constitutional monarchy with a parliamentary democracy. The country is known for its white sand beaches, sailing, Nelson's Dockyard, and its culinary delicacies. The country is famous for its 365 beaches. The country's passport allows visa-free or visa-on-arrival access to over 140 countries, including Schengen area countries, the UK, and Canada. Geography. Antigua and Barbuda is a group of 3 islands in the Caribbean, located between the Atlantic Ocean and the Caribbean Sea. The islands are 650 kilometers southeast of Puerto Rico and 48 kilometers north of Antigua. The islands are made up of Antigua, Barbuda, and Redonda. Antigua is 280 square kilometers, Barbuda is 161 square kilometers, and Redonda is 1.6 square kilometers. The total area of the islands is 443 square kilometers, which is 2.5 times the size of Washington, D.C. The islands are mostly low-lying limestone and coral islands, with some higher volcanic areas. The climate is tropical maritime, with little seasonal temperature variation. The wettest period is between September and November, and the islands experience low humidity and recurrent droughts. Temperatures average to 7 C, with a range from 23 C in the winter to 30 C in the summer and fall. The coolest period is December through February. Hurricanes strike on an average of once a year. The island's most significant environmental issue is limited natural freshwater resources. This is due to clearing of trees to increase crop production, which causes rainfall to run off quickly. Sport. Cricket is the most popular sport in Antigua and Barbuda, and is the national sport of 7 nations. including Antigua and Barbuda, Australia, Barbados, Grenada, Guyana, and Jamaica. The country has a strong tradition of athletics, with other popular sports including football, sailing, basketball, volleyball, and rugby. Here are some sports in Antigua and Barbuda. Cricket. The national sport of Antigua and Barbuda, and is almost a religion for the inhabitants. Players play for domestic Leeward Islands cricket team and international West Indies cricket matches. Football. The Antigua and Barbuda Football Association (ABFA) was founded in 1928 and became affiliated to FIFA and CONCACAF in 1970. Sailing. An important sport among locals, Antigua and Barbuda hosts the Antigua Sailing Week each year, which attracts more than 1,500 participants and more than 5,000 spectators. Basketball. The Antigua Basketball Association aims to revive the popularity of basketball and maximize the potential of the local sporting talent. Other sports in Antigua and Barbuda include tennis, golf, snorkeling, surfing, scuba diving, sea kayaking, stand-up paddle boarding, swimming with turtles, horse racing, and fishing. Antigua and Barbuda has many top tourist attractions, including beaches, historical sites, and other attractions. Stingray City, Antigua, tourist attraction with nature encounters and aquatic activities. Nelson's Dockyard, UNESCO World Heritage Site with a Naval History Museum, shops, restaurants, and views of the harbor. Museum of Antigua and Barbuda, museum with a history of the island in the walls of the historic courthouse. Top 3 Tourism. 1. Devil's Bridge National Park. Shirley Heights Lookout is a 490-foot high point in Antigua and Barbuda that offers views of English Harbor, Falmouth Harbor, Guadeloupe, and Montserrat. It's about 30 minutes from St. John's, the capital. The lookout is part of Shirley Heights, a popular attraction with hiking trails, a restaurant and bar, and a Sunday sunset party. Hiking. The Lookout Trail is a 1.8-kilometer out-and-back trail that runs from Galleon Beach to Shirley Heights. It's considered moderately challenging and takes about 44 minutes to complete. Some say the trail is popular and you'll likely encounter other people while exploring. Sunday Sunset Party. This popular party features local food, steel bands, reggae music, and rum punch. Admission is $10 per person. Children under 12 are free, and reservations are not needed. Restaurant and Bar. The Shirley Heights Lookout Restaurant and Bar offers meals including jerk chicken, barbecue, and local seafood. Views. On a clear day, the panorama offers views of the southern island of Guadeloupe and the active volcano Montserrat. The view is spectacular, especially at sunset and early evening when all of English Harbor is all lit up. UNESCO World Heritage Site. In 2016, Shirley Heights became part of a UNESCO World Heritage Site. 2. Devil's Bridge National Park. Devil's Bridge National Park is located in eastern Antigua, on the Atlantic coast, near Indiantown Point. It was established in 2008 and features a natural rock arch, natural blowholes, and water spray. The park is open 24 hours a day, and some say it has free parking by the viewpoints. Some say that Devil's Bridge is a powerful place to see, and that a legend says that female slaves would throw themselves off the ledge to prevent their children from living into slavery. 3. Nelson's Dockyard. Nelson's Dockyard is a marina and cultural heritage site in English Harbor, Antigua, located on the Caribbean island of Antigua and Barbuda. It was built in the early 18th century and is the only continuously working Georgianera dockyard in the world. The British Navy abandoned the dockyard in 1889. The dockyard has a museum, old bakery, shops, restaurants, and is home to Horatio Nelson, who lived there in the 1780s. The majority of the buildings were constructed between 1780 and 1820 to accommodate Royal Navy warships, crew, and stores. Nelson's Dockyard is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and is well kept. You can access Nelson's Dockyard 24/7. Those specific sites, businesses, and activities will have set hours. Admission costs $15. This overview provides a comprehensive understanding of Antigua and Barbuda, making it an ideal starting point for further exploration and travel planning. Thank you for joining us on this unforgettable journey. Until we meet again, may your travels be filled with wonder and your memories be everlasting.